What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got 3 new cards from Raging Tempest to discuss, and we've got our first look at a brand new archetype called the Juunishishis. Now these guys, I believe, are based on the Chinese zodiac, like, you know, the year of the dog, the year of the dragon, the year of the tiger, etc, etc. I know that stuff because when I was a teenager, I used to watch the Jackie Chan Adventure show. That show was so freaking awesome. I wish it was still on the air now. But anyways, so these guys are, I guess they're going to be XYZ based because, well, we only know about one monster so far. I know there's going to be more of them. I assume that they're probably going to, I think, well, I don't know, man. Can they launch with 12 cards in the first set? Probably not, but they'll probably have at least 12 monsters to their name, like one for every year and whatnot. I believe there's 12 signs in the zodiac. I'm trying to remember how many talismans Jackie had to collect and whatnot. I think it's either 10 or 12. I could be wrong about that. So anyways, this is Juunishishi Drantia. It's an Earth, it's a Beast Warrior, it's rank 4, it's an XYZ monster, obviously. The attack and defense is unknown, got them question marks up there. And the effects is you can also XYZ Juunishishi Drantia by using one Juunishishi monster you control with a different name as the XYZ monster. Once per turn, the XYZ material is attached to that monster, also attached to this one. The effect number 1, so it's kind of nice having an alternative way to summon this guy. Effect number 1, this card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of each Juunishishi monster attached to it as XYZ material. This is interesting. I'm kind of wondering why Konami hasn't built this into like other decks. At first, when I saw that this guy was generic, which is okay, that's fine, because it only apparently gets the stat boost when it has Juunishishi monsters as XYZ materials. When I first saw that, I thought that it was any monster that was equipped to it as XYZ material. I was like, holy shit, this card is this card's about to be nuts. But I mean, honestly, that sounds like a really good effect. As long as the Juunishishi level 4 monsters have decent stat lines, like, I mean, just give me something like, I don't know, 14 to 16, 1700. Because if you have two 1700s, I mean, this motherfucker is a rank 4 that's like 3400 attack. Like, that's pretty damn strong. So we'll have to kind of just wait for the rest of the archetype before we really know how strong this guy should be on average. The effect number 2 is something that's extremely practical, something you could literally have built into any monster and you'd be like, yeah, that's a good effect. Effect number 2, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one face-up card on the field and destroy it. Again, that's a quick effect, and it just blows up monsters or blows up spells and traps on the field, knocks out pendulum zones, knocks out monsters, like knocks out continuous spells and traps. Like, this is just a very practical effect. Like, this is the type of effect that'll be good forever. In certain formats where targeting is not good, it might not be as good, but still having a twister built into a monster is still pretty decent. You know, frog blades and stuff like that, just being able to chain and like blow those cards up. Next up, we have more Cyber Angel support, which is right here. So I guess they're going to be getting multiple Cyber Angel cards in this set. Let me go ahead and go back. All right, so this one is an Earth Warrior. It's Cyber Tutuban, and that kind of explains why the new Machine Angel Ritual, spell actually works with warriors, because I guess Cyber Angels are going to oddly be getting some warriors. It's kind of weird. They should have just kind of kept the entire like archetype fairy base, but who am I to complain? It's level 5. I know a lot of people don't like odd levels in Cyber Angel. I'm not a big fan of them either. It'd be super nice if everything was just like level 6 or even levels. Like, that would be super good. It's 1800 attack, 1600 defense. You can special summon this card from your hand by attributing a warrior type or fairy type monster in your hand or that you control. It's okay, so it's kind of like a tricky effect a little bit. I mean, I like that it can tribute like a Ben 10 from your hand and special summon it. My problem is, like, what do you do when this thing is on the field? Let me go over the second effect really quickly. If this card is distributed for a ritual summon, you can target one ritual spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That's not bad. What I've noticed about Cyber Angels is they really don't have that big of a problem getting to their ritual spells. I mean, I guess since they can't use pre-preparation rites, it can be a little bit of an issue, but I don't know. I've never really noticed that the deck has like a huge issue getting to its ritual spells, because you can play like Manju and Sanju. So I don't know. I really think like it's kind of cool that you can summon this by pitching like a Ben 10 and trigger the Ben 10. But like then when it's on the field, what do you do with it? Like, this card, you're not really gonna exceed with it, right? I don't think that many Cyber Angel players are going to be running a bunch of like rank 5s in their deck, so I don't quite understand what this card is really supposed to do. I think it's a little impractical. I don't know. I think it's easy to summon, like very easy to summon, but then you get it on the field and I don't think it really does anything unless you're trying to like summon Vishnu with it or something like that. But there are probably better cards to pitch for Vishnu anyways. And then the last card is a new Shaddoll trap, which is, I mean, this is just obviously proof, guys, that the Dual Terminal 3 is like still going on. And honestly, it doesn't look like Konami's going to wrap the story up until Maximum Crisis. So I think at this point, it is guaranteed that we are going to be getting a new Necros card and probably a new Infernoid card and another Zephyr card as well. Hopefully that they're not just going to release like one random card. Like Winda is awesome, but I would like to see more than just one random, like, you know, Ritual Beast card in this set. Like if you could give us like an Ultimate Rampingu or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. So this is the new Shaddoll card. It's a trap. I can't really tell what's going on in this artwork though. I'm sure that they're explaining something in the story. I just like there's glare here. Like I really can't identify these monsters or whatever, but I'm sure it has something to do with the lore. So it just kind of dawned on me when I was finished making the video. I never actually said the name of the new Shaddoll trap. It's called Full Shaddoll Aion, and I'm not exactly sure what that's in reference to. Like I googled it and I looked it up on YGO Pro, and I couldn't find any Aeons that were relating to Shaddoll. So not exactly sure. I think I'm a little lost here what that name could potentially mean, or it might not really have that much significance at all. If you guys know, please leave that in the comment section below. It's a normal trap. It says target one Shaddoll monster you control, send one Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, that monster gains 1,000 attack and defense, but it's changed to face down defense position during the end phase. This is a really strange design. And I'm not necessarily opposed to Shaddoll's running traps completely, because Sinister Shadow Games has been like a really good card in Shaddoll since the beginning. I just think it's weird because the 1,000 attack and defense is solid. Like you could definitely get a Winda or a Shikanaga like to some absurd levels, you know what I mean, with 1,000 attack and defense, especially with it being able to be used during the damage step and being able to trigger things like, you know, Dragon during the damage step. Like if you pitch a Dragon or a Squamata, being able to trigger those is cool. My thing is, the fusions themselves don't want to be put face down. So, but like the fusions don't want to be put face down, but then the main deck monsters like Falco and, you know, like Hedgehog, you don't want to give those 1,000 attack and defense. That's like a waste. Like those are the ones that want to be flipped face down, but those are ones that don't want to attack. So I guess things like maybe Squamata, Beast, and Dragon would be like the best targets on this, because if you put a Winda face down, or if you put a Shikanaga face down, or even a Noitilus, you're kind of defeating the purpose of summoning them to begin with, unless you plan on winning with this card. So I think only time will tell if this card's going to be good or not. I mean, it has some potential. I just don't think it works that well with the fusions, because I don't want my fusions being put face down. Honestly, this is a decent card, but it's not nearly what Shaddoll's needed. What Shaddoll's need is like a new light fusion to replace Construct, or they just need Construct to be off the ban list. Like one of those two things would work perfectly fine, or I don't know, maybe. No, a divine Shaddoll will be dumb. There's not enough divine cards. I'm not sure what else Shaddolls could possibly get, but I don't think they honestly need more traps. Traps don't work that well in Shaddolls outside of like you know, Sinister Shadow Games and of course like Psalms and whatnot. So you guys let me know what you think. Also, Torrential Tribute works pretty good in Shaddolls as well. Let me know what you guys think of these new cards. I'm interested to see, hopefully, if this is going to be a trend with the Dual Terminal 3 archetypes getting more support. I'm crossing my fingers, and I'm almost willing to say that Necros and Maximum Crisis are going to get a card, and I think that Infernoids are going to get a card in that set too, just because we're following the trend of Cleafor got a card, Tellarknight's got a card, you know what I mean, Yang Zing's got a card, Ritual, like all the players from DT3 have all gotten their cards now, so those are the ones that are left, and this new archetype seems pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you are not already.